Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to see you all here. Got a lot of nice messages from all of you. I'm just looking at everyone. Yay! I've been so looking forward to this, you guys. So just real quick before we start, I'm just going to click over here and make sure that everything is okay and that we're still live streaming also to YouTube. Looks like we're all good over there. I know that some of you are tuning in there and that some of you are tuning in on Facebook. So, okay, that's all set up right now too. Excellent. I just have to make sure that everything is working so you guys can see me and hear me. And if anybody has any audio issues coming in or anything like that, let me know in the first couple of minutes here, and I'll just make sure that you'll be able to continue seeing me and hearing me. That way, when we get to our shamanic journey, the guided shamanic journey, you'll be able to just relax and hear every last word of what we're going to receive from Spirit together. Oh, I'm so excited for all of this. So I just wanted to take a moment for thanking you all so much for tuning in. This is actually my very first live streaming kind of thingy that I've ever done like this on the internet before, that involves video and all of that. And I've just been really, really looking forward to this little hangout and shamanic journey celebration with all of you all week. And now that we're all here together, the energy just feels so good, so electric. My guides are telling me that many of you listening right now in this space together are light workers, beautiful, beautiful souls who are called to bring light and healing to the planet. And I cannot wait to share with you and empower you a little bit in our little healing mini retreat that we're having together here today. So in case some of you are joining me for the first time, we're meeting for the first time, my name is Sarah Hall. And in this webinar, we're going to celebrate the ancient spiritual art of shamanic journey through sharing messages that I will be channeling from Spirit, and through experiencing together a group shamanic journey that I will guide you through. Now, for those of you who are brand new to this, shamanic journey is brand new to you, you've never practiced it before. Shamanic journey is a spiritual practice that is somewhat akin, you could say, to lucid dreaming or astral travel. It's an ancient practice by which one enters a meditative, trance-like state and then sinks deeply into the subconscious mind, much like we do when we are dreaming during our sleep time. According to the angels and the spirit guides who helped me to channel my shamanic journey course, the subconscious mind is your personal gateway into the spirit world. Yes, you heard that right. The spirit world is something that you access from within you. It's inside of you and inside of all beings simultaneously, as a realm that, for our purposes, we can think of as made of pure consciousness. You see, this thing that we call God, the intelligent cosmic source of all, is a divine presence that animates us and dwells inside of you and me and all of us simultaneously. According to Spirit, we can think of this thing that we're referring to as God as a great mind, a super mind in which all it is contained. And you have a doorway inside of your consciousness that leads you directly to Source. So this practice of shamanic journey, it's one in which we find that door through our psyche and begin to travel through this spirit world, discovering the divine, God's essence, within all of the many, many beautiful forms that life and creation have taken. In the spirit world, we have direct access to spiritual guides, such as angels, Spirit animals are very common in shamanic journey. Loved ones in heaven, ascended masters, and so many more. We also have access to all the knowledge and the healing that we could really ever ask for, and the opportunity to achieve important spiritual shifts while we're in that state. Because what we can change or shift or create or do in the spirit world will ripple into the physical world. That's because your body, mind, and spirit are completely intertwined. What you do to one aspect of your being, you're doing to all three. And in the ancient world, back in the days when our ancestors were discovering and developing the traditions that we are now associating with shamanism, it was believed that the dream world and the spirit world were just as important and real as the physical world, just as important, because they observed that the messages that you received in spirit became relevant and vital in the physical world. They observed that changes that you made in the spirit world, for example, let's say in removing an unhealthy energy from someone during a shamanic journey, maybe you witnessed something like that and you worked to remove it, that would make changes in the physical world. Let's say in bringing healing to that person, or perhaps a reduction of pain for that person that you helped in spirit. Shamanism is a practice that is at least 40,000 years old, which, at least according to anthropological evidence, that's what we believe. But many scholars surmise that it's likely even older than that. Isn't that fascinating? Thinking about our ancestors who've been around for so long practicing this spirituality on this planet. You see, I was first introduced to shamanism about 15 years ago or so. And at the time, I was journeying regularly with a group who studied the anthropological work of Dr. Felicitas Goodman. And in Dr. Goodman's studies, she discovered that thousands and thousands of years ago, shamanism was being practiced on every major continent of this world. Wherever human civilization took root, evidence of shamanism seemed to be there. Isn't that incredible? What that means is that pretty much every single one of us have descended from these ancestors who practiced shamanism. And amazingly, these cultures were mostly all practicing shamanic journey, what we're here to learn about today. This art of inducing the trance state, that one could project one's consciousness out into the dimensions that seem to be beyond the ordinary individual self, into a realm that allowed one to see and understand the interconnected web of life and gain its knowledge. Dr. Goodman amazingly also found that many of these cultures were practicing strikingly similar rituals as one another, even using the same kinds of body postures and trance-inducing techniques to go about the journeying. Isn't that incredible? So without knowing of one another's existence, our ancestors, living thousands and thousands of miles apart from one continent to the next, oceans separating them, were going through some of the same journeying spiritual practices. And I like to imagine even connecting with one another in the spirit world, maybe meeting one another in that space somehow, connecting. Of course, we're collective consciousness, so I believe that that is true. And spirit is actually chiming in saying, well, yes, they were connecting with one another for all intents and purposes, because humanity is evolving as one. So in the early days, shamanism was something that was crucial to the community of people. And the shamans, or the leading practitioners of these shamanic rites, they were instrumental not only in offering their people spiritual healing, as we said that they can do during the journeys, but also in communicating with the natural world so that they could help the people to survive and even to thrive. The shaman could journey, for example, into the spiritual consciousness of nature and allow spirit to guide her or him to, let's say, a plant that might be used as medicine. The shaman could also connect with many species of animals. That way they could help the people to learn how to follow herds or to work with animals in a way that harmoniously respected the balance of nature. The shaman could also guide people at the gateways of birth and death, could provide sage advice, and could lead in so many ways. So they were these crucial people, the backbones of society at this time, birth givers of society, I like to think of it, of culture, of so much that we know in our culture now. Because I believe the ancient history of shamanism is so fascinating, so beautiful, and in my experience truly enriches your experience of practicing this tradition, I did include lots and lots of historical insight in the Shamanic Journey course. So you'll be learning plenty about the history of shamanism, about its presence across every major continent of human civilization, comparing the different cultures that did it, and lots more. I think it's amazing that shamanism is the longest standing spiritual tradition on this planet. And for good reason. I'm getting a message from Spirit. According to Spirit, shamanism has played a crucial role in helping humanity evolve at the level of spiritual consciousness. And it's been doing that for thousands of years, playing a catalyzing role. According to Spirit, it was there in the beginning of our development of the concept of a soul and a spirit world. And it is here today to continue to support our collective spiritual awakening. Isn't that amazing? So about 6 months ago, I received a divine assignment from my angels. As many of you know, I work very closely with the angels on my path, and I channel them to help to guide and to heal others. So the angels gave me many clear signs that it was time for me to dive deeply back into my practice of shamanic journeying, which is something, again, that I had been studying and practicing for the past 15 years. But now the angels told me, now is the time for that practice to be at the very forefront of your work again. Let it lead you. So, okay, I decided, yes, I'll do that. The angels communicated to me that this practice is vital right now for empowering a great many light workers on this planet. And that it's time to just help spread the word about it, to help some of you find your way back to it. And so I began practicing shamanic journeying regularly, again, in my own spiritual practice. Then from there, I began channeling a comprehensive, what I like to believe is perfect as an entry-level course to teach you about shamanism and how to journey, whether you're a complete beginner with maybe no prior knowledge, or whether you're maybe very, very experienced with shamanism, and maybe you just want to go deeper into the practice. So as I channeled this course, something amazing happened. I was visited by a pair of guides during one of my journeys. There were two beings, a great-great-grandmother and a great-great-grandfather. And they communicated to me that they were the great-grandmother and the great-grandfather of the practice of shamanism. Isn't that amazing? And they explained that they guide and watch over all who are designed and destined in their soul to practice shamanic journey. in their lives as part of their life purpose. See, the great-grandmother and great-grandfather of shamans, they know that shamanism is still vital. It's still a vital way for you and I in the modern world to access a state of consciousness that allows us to perceive and experience our oneness. Shamanic Journey is our access point to directly experiencing the spiritual revelation that we are one. And not just conceptualizing that, not just thinking that thought in your head and getting it, but living it, becoming it, feeling it. Shamanic Journey is a tool that helps us develop awareness that we belong to one another and that we are also one with and belong to the whole of the web of life, including Mother Nature and everyone we share this planet with and in the whole universe. Thereby, having that perspective colors that can color our entire life with greater wisdom and compassion, most importantly. The great-grandmother and great-grandfather guides are like the keepers of a great holy fire, the way that I'm seeing it in my head right now. And they're here with us. It's a fire that they've been keeping alive through thousands and thousands of generations so that we may continue to grow and evolve in unity. One of the greatest messages that these guides would like us all to know in this moment is that when we see from a perspective of unity, we not only begin to see, feel, and understand our purpose in the grand scheme of reality, as you might imagine that you would, being able to see where you fit in the big tapestry of reality, you could see, that's what my purpose is. But it also helps you to discover how to exist in harmony with it. And these ancient guides are calling you today because you were guided to this moment in which we are here with them so that you can take part in keeping that holy fire alive too. The guides are communicating that it's important for you to know, to always remember that you are never journeying through the path of life alone. You are helped and guided by many great and loving beings in the spirit world. And that your ancestors are with you. Your angels are with you. The earth spirit. And so many more. And when you very more powerful ways to begin to realize and just relationships that you have with your earth, and allow them to meet that relationship into us. We're going to get a few more messages from our and then press on them. We're just going to share something very quickly in our audio. There are little messages like this. Here, if this is our audio, is just enough. We're just going to put, well, actually, I'll put this to you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and test that little adjustment. Okay, so we've got audio going now. That should be a little bit more different. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. It's better.
Thanks, guys. It's working. Sounds better. Yay! Sounds like a waterfall, though. Sorry about that. You know, that might even just be the fan on my computer, because I had to turn off the microphone because for some reason we got a little glitch in our thing. But hey, it's technology. It's not perfect. Sometimes we get that. Still a bit of background noise. I think right now we probably won't be able to get rid of the background noise, because the background noise is actually the fan on my computer and the microphone is picking up on it. So sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you can still at least just make out the words and hear, and that everything will be okay with that. And if we can't fix the audio with anything else, then we'll just do that. So you know what? Okay, I've got a little helper in here coming in. You know what? Actually, let's just look at this setting up here. Test, test, test. Okay. My Cloudcast is telling me that the sound isn't working. Does it? Yep. It's just doing a little test. That we're live casting from. So I'm just making sure that their technology says that it's all working. Okay. All right, it says that it's better now, so maybe that way better. Okay, good, guys. Yay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just refreshed the audio connection on this this Crowdcast thingy, and I guess that made it work. So we are all set. Yay. Okay, great. All right, so I'm just gonna go back because I know that for probably like a couple of seconds with the last couple of things that I was saying when we were with the guides that, you know, you guys might not have caught all of the little details of what I said. So let me just, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna close out of all of these little thingies here. Yeah, it even sent me a little alert when there was something that popped up with the audio. Yeah, okay, it's all good now. So we're just gonna go back for just a second. So what we were talking about a moment ago, the last message that essentially we were receiving when we were connecting with the guides was that basically Shamanic Journey is a way for all of us to be able to develop and strengthen a connection with our spirit guides. And they relayed that it's very important for them to be able to help all of us understand that not a single one of us is ever alone on our spiritual paths, never alone. So why not take advantage of the miracles that are possible by developing a relationship that is intuitive and that is clear with these guides in our everyday lives, so that we can feel them, so that we can see them, so that we can connect with them. So the guides are showing me an image right now of a third eye, which is the energetic center right here in the center of the forehead. And it is the center that governs being able to perceive and know, the hub of wisdom. And they're showing me an image of the doorway of the third eye opening wide through Shamanic Journey. And being able to send out sort of like a spiritual lasso that reaches deep into the mind of God, drawing and anchoring unity awareness into your psyche. Awareness that becomes fully developed intuition that you can use in your everyday life to navigate your path. And imagine what your life would be like if you had that clear connection, if you were able to finesse and hone your intuition. And your intuition, the guides are reminding you, they want to describe it a specific way to you today. Your intuition is your awareness of the unity of all things in the web of life, which is actually our real awareness. That's our real God-given awareness. It's just seeing a little bit more of the clear picture. That's where we're all headed. Imagine what it would be like if you were to finesse your intuition, to climb that ladder and to center or anchor yourself in being able to see intuitively to brand new heights, such that, let's say, you'd be able to be aware of energy systems that flow through your body and how those systems relate with Mother Earth through things like the food that you eat, the water that you drink, the air that you breathe, the land that you stand upon. And imagine being aware of those energy systems to the extent that, let's say, if a loved one maybe caught an illness, a flu or something like that, that you would be able to see the energy of that condition and with your will and intention help to dissolve it and clear it. Or help your loved one maybe understand the lesson in that experience and then the path to healing it, both physically and mentally, spiritually. Spirit invites you to imagine what it would be like to have that intuition. Imagine intuition that you could use and that you could choose to turn on or off at will at any moment, that helped you to notice the emotions that people are carrying around under the surface of their behaviors and words. Intuition that helped you to see the way that those emotions related to the beliefs that they're carrying and what those energies look like. Imagine intuition, Spirit says, that you could turn on or off at will, that allowed you to feel and hear and communicate with your loved ones in heaven, to feel that they're still there because they are, with your angels, or with the spirits of maybe the trees outside that protect your home, or the flowers in your garden, maybe the honeybees that travel all around the land around you. They ask us to imagine how wonderful it would be to be able to tap into that richly alive awareness when we want to, that beauty, that knowledge, whenever you so choose, whenever you so need it. Because guess what? In unity consciousness, the closer we get to unity consciousness, the easier it is to feel well, to feel happy, to feel safe, to feel good, to feel connected. Because you're connected to God with unity awareness. God is here. And you feel, of course, everything's going to be all right. I'm one with everything and I am love. And if I'm seeing love, then I'm attracting love in all my experiences around me. Isn't that amazing? So according to the angels and the spirit guides who are here with us right now, that kind of awareness is your birthright. That's a big message that they want to really drive home for you. And the more of us who embrace this unity awareness, their word for intuition today, the greater the presence of compassion becomes in the human race. You can see it. That goal of global unity consciousness that results in global compassion is the reason why Shamanic Journey has persisted so long, 40,000 years and counting, maybe more, on this planet. And why millions of souls over many, many, many generations continue to be summoned to this ancient shamanic fireside. My prayer for you is that you will be able to experience beautiful shamanic journeys, that you'll be able to have your own direct, tangible spiritual experiences that uplift you. Real spiritual experiences of the truth. Not some spiritual dogma or religious authority outside of you telling you what should be your truth or how you should see things, but you. Your real, living relationship with all that is. All that is this incredible, all-loving, mega consciousness that we call God. You deserve that. That is your birthright. And according to our guides, they're saying that the world needs more people just like you. People who are willing to open their hearts and to see from the eyes of unity. That seeing helps to spread love from this unity state of being, this aware of your unity state of being. The state of being that the angels are calling, I'm hearing them say, they're calling it the key to creating heaven on earth. And we're doing that now. Isn't that amazing? And light workers, they're describing one other thing for this. They're saying light workers, you could think of, are like the first draft, the first wave of people, strong people, that are being asked and summoned into this unity awareness at a more large, global scale, collective level. Very, very big scale. So that we can help to tip the balancing scales of the collective human consciousness towards this greater compassion. You are making it. You are giving birth to it, or at least you're the midwife of it. That's what's happening through you right now. So essentially that is why, those are all the messages that I've been hearing for many months as I was working on this Shamanic Journey course, and as I was journeying, sometimes daily, to get messages from the guides. And I want to take just a moment to tell you a little bit about what I was guided to create. Now that we know from Spirit the why behind the Shamanic Journey course, of course, is to help you to develop a spiritual practice that is your ancient ancestors' legacy shared with you so that you can directly talk to God, so that you can know yourself and so that you can heal. That's the why. What I was guided to create with the help of Spirit here is a Shamanic Journey course that essentially covers all the necessary components that you will need to get started in journeying now, simply, so that you can understand the magic and incredible potential of what it is that you are doing to affect the planet. What you are doing just through your very own life, just by being here, you're already a light, whether you realize it or not. The intention of this course is to be the perfect container for all of just the basic information, core training necessary so that you can gain enough of a background on shamanism to truly begin to appreciate it, and then all of the practical action steps that you need so that you can develop your own shamanic journey practice confidently. So the course, what it is, it just contains 21 video lessons, it's a lot, on all of this, as well as over 6 hours of guided shamanic journeys that you will be doing with me so that you can get practice doing it with a guide. And then you'll learn, of course, how to do that on your own. Or you'll even learn how to be able to do this conducting shamanic journey circles or groups, guiding them yourself if you wanted to choose that. You'll learn plenty of history on shamanism, spiritual context, how to navigate through the many realms of the spirit world, because there are many, and the kinds of journeys that there are, because there are many. And these things are universal, by the way. And how to conduct a shamanic journey initiation ritual and a closing ceremony for before and after your practice. That way you can optimally integrate your energy, shield your energy, feel really secure and grounded as you go into it, so that you can project from a really supported space your consciousness into the spirit world, and then again, integrate and ground all of that back into your body, into your life, into your physical here and now at the end of the journey. Because oftentimes through the shamanic journeys, we get a lot of amazing opportunities to receive energy downloads, energy healing, energy shifts, all that good stuff. You'll also learn, and I know that a lot of you requested this, you sent me messages asking about this, you'll learn how to interpret the meaning of the signs and the messages and the experiences that you receive while you're in the journey. Because for some of us, there can be moments in our shamanic journeys, like in a dream, where it's not always obvious to our logical left brain thinking mind what's happening. So for example, maybe you see an image of a butterfly, and then you become a butterfly and you're flying with it and you have all these different experiences. You'll learn a basic formula for how to begin to interpret those things and how to let spirit or your angels help you interpret them, help you, give you further guidance and say, this was you changing that, those kinds of things. You'll get all of it. You'll also get a variety of basic body postures that are traditionally used to help induce specific healing goals in the journey, which we're going to do together today, and techniques for embracing that trance state And all of you are capable of entering the trance state, whether you know it or not. You go into trances every single day. Every time you daydream and you're kind of zoned out, every time you do something that's just really seems to be from the subconscious mind, maybe you're getting up in the morning, you're making your morning coffee. A lot of times we're in a trance state while we do that, right? Or whether it's when you're zoning out listening to, let's say an ad or something like that that's in the background on the TV, or watching a movie. Those are all trance states. This has been studied by psychology and by the practices of hypnotism, for example. That trance state that easily all of us go in and out of all day long is your gateway to move into the subconscious mind. And then from the subconscious mind, that's the next gateway that takes us down into the spirit world, into the collective mind of the all, of everyone and everything. Over the past week or so of sharing all of this information, I've been sharing lots of videos and insights with you and stuff like that. I know some of you have been commenting on those and watching those and that kind of thing. I'm seeing some of your names in here. Over that time, I've had the honor and the privilege of getting to know some of you and to hear your questions about shamanic journeying, and to learn that there are so many more of you than I admittedly realized who have felt called to do this spiritual work. Some of you have even expressed that you have remembered past lives in which you were a shaman and sense that it's now time to reawaken those skills again. You are all so amazing. And I really trust that Spirit brought all of us together today and this work to all of us right now in this divine timing for a reason. And I trust that it's come about also this season in the springtime for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's autumn, of course, for those of you that are in the Southern Hemisphere, because those are the times on the earth when the most transition is occurring in nature, and thereby in which the veil to the spirit world happens to be at its thinnest. So we're doing something very cool to connect with the earth right now. The veil is the thinnest at this time, by the way. I'm hearing Spirit telling us, wanting to chime in with a little extra insight at this time for something very specific. So imagine this, think of the forest, think of nature during the spring or during the autumn. And there's a lot of things that are either birthing, if it's springtime, or maybe they're dying, if it is the autumn. So imagine it as if there are a great many portals, they're showing us, that are opening up between the gates of life and death, between the physical world and the spirit world. Go out in nature and meditate. You'll likely feel a little bit of that movement passing between realms, that thinning of the veil, and that big flow of energy. It's like the current has sped up. So since a lot of you told me that you are really feeling guided to do this now, I do want to offer the course to all of you who are watching. For the first week or so, just this is on me, it's going to be 60% off the normal price that I was guided to give this course, which is an incredible gift for so many hours and hours of information and valuable healing exercises and training and that kind of thing. And that will be available to all of you who enroll during this first week of enrollment, which starts tomorrow, yay! And that will go through all the way until next Sunday. So you'll have a week if you want to sign up. And if you want to get a little more information on that, I will, of course, send you a little email about that. You can check your email inboxes tomorrow. I'll also leave a link in the chat room at the end of our session together so that you'll know when enrollment has opened tomorrow afternoon, if that's something that you feel guided to do, if shamanic work is something that you feel guided for your own life or to start doing to heal and lead other people. I really hope that you'll just enjoy it and let me know what you think. Oh, and I'm also going to I'm feeling guided to include some more things for you. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of extra bonus material for anybody that wants to sign up during this time. We're going to add in a bunch of MP3 versions of the Shamanic Journey music that I created for this course with the help of my wonderful sound engineer, fiance, Jesse. And the music, just so that you know, is designed to shift your brainwaves through special tones and rhythm patterns and vibrations that induce a trance state and will really help you to get into the journey. So We're going to give you several different options with that as well. Some of the music that you'll have is going to be much more energized and powerful and inspiring, and some of it will be a little bit more soft and gentle and healing. So that way you can choose whatever you're feeling the most in the mood for. And whenever you feel guided to conduct a journey, you'll have the download of that MP3. You can keep it on your phone, whatever you want. Or if you want to lead a group, if you want to start teaching other people or guiding your friends in a little shamanic journey circle, you'll have all the information you need for that and some tools, music at the ready to get everything that you need to get going. And you're about to hopefully be able to hear some of that shamanic journey music today. If we're able to get the audio to work, I can't make any promises based on the fact that we've had a few little things a little wonky today, but if we can get that working, then you will be hearing some of the music that is in the course today in our shamanic guided journey that we will be doing now. So just in a few minutes, we're going to get ready to do this together because it's time. So what you'd hear if you see that, if we do get the music, is the most universal sounds that are usually used for inducing a journey. And this is actually something that's been traditional for thousands and thousands of years and is one of the most universal modes, sound, for inducing a trance state across many, many cultures. And usually in these old, kind of tribal tradition cultures, they use drumming patterns that were quite fast, of about 4 or 4.5 beats per second. And that has actually been scientifically proven to help to guide a journey state. So I'm just checking and making sure that our audio is still working here because I just got another little pop-up on my screen that said something about something being off. Oh, hello, my dears. Can you still hear me? I'm not sure if you can, so if one of you can just send me a little text and let me, yes, thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Bridget. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad because I'm not sure why it flashes up with these funny little things, but it does. And the background noise started, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing that we did last time, guys, and I'm gonna just reset that mic. And maybe it's even divine timing because it doesn't create any white noise while we're doing our guided journey. So let's see. Okay, I just hit reset there. All good, fixed, perfect, much better. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. I'm not sure. I'm not a tech guru. I should get Jessie to help me with that someday. Actually, I think it's good. You guys say it's all working well. So yes, excellent. And then let me just check one other setting to see if I will be able to play you guys the song once we get into our little journey. And I'll describe all of the things that we'll be needing to do to just prepare for that in a moment. Okay, yeah, I've got a thing that's showing me the microphone levels are moving. Yeah, we'll be able to test in just a minute if it's working on the song as well. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll try it just for a second. You guys can tell me if you can hear it. Thanks for helping me out. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna press play on one of the drumming tracks that we use for the trance music. And you guys can just let me know if you hear it. You can hear it, but it sounds low. Okay. I wonder if there's a way that I can change the setting on our little live stream thingy to get it to go a little bit louder. Going right back over here. Yeah, it's kind of funny out here in technology land. It says it has the volumes all the way up, but who knows? Who knows what's going on? Okay, just checking one last thing and then we're gonna start. Lightly, you guys can hear it, kind of hear it, can't hear it. So that's what we'll do. We'll just play this when it's time to get started. I'll put this on when it's time to get started with our journey again. That way, at least there's a little something, and if it's quiet, then that's okay because you can still journey in the quiet. That's good. All right, so I'll just kind of describe for you a little bit. We're gonna do a guided journey in just a moment. And I'm really excited for this because this is the same thing that you're eventually going to be learning how to do step by step in the course later on. And all that you have to do today is to relax and receive. Because today we're going to do a guided journey, which is a little bit different than the independent journeys that eventually you'll learn how to master to do. A guided journey, I'll say, because I know some of you have experience with guided meditations, is somewhat similar to a guided meditation in that you'll be listening to the sound of my voice and allowing yourself to relax and, visualize and feel what's going on. However, it's very different from a guided meditation in several ways. One, I'm going to be journeying with you. I have had several years to practice this and being able to journey and channel spoken words simultaneously. So essentially, as I go into a slightly more grounded, open-eye version of this trance-like journey state, I will be describing and leading you as you go into a deeper, relaxed trance state and prompting you through all of the things that Spirit wants us to receive together. Unlike a guided meditation, I really have no idea what's about to happen. We're going to channel all of this live. There's no pre-planned thing here. We're just going to kind of trust Spirit and see where we are taken and what we are given today. And also, what's somewhat different from doing the guided meditation, in this experience, you're going to be going somewhere, a little bit more intensive. You'll be allowing your consciousness to travel to very real vibrational places and states of awareness in the spirit world so that you can relate with Spirit tangibly. During the journey, from what I'm sensing from Spirit now, I think that we're likely going to be taking at least 1 minute or maybe 2 for some quiet time, journeying on our own, just so that you can let the visions and the feelings simply unravel. That way you can get a taste of what's possible when you allow this dreamlike trance just to flow. So with that, I want you all to just find a nice relaxed space, if possible, if you're in a good environment for it, and we will begin. And once you're feeling nice and relaxed and comfortable, what we're going to do is choose a body posture that will help all of us to initiate a particular type of journey. So what we're going to do today is to choose between 2 of my favorite Shamanic Journey ecstatic postures. They're both healing postures. One is a healing posture that I like to refer to as the divine feminine healing energy, and it is traditionally called the Chilton Spirit posture. And in this posture, all we're going to be doing is to place one hand over your heart and the other hand over your belly button. So I'll kind of just stand up. You'll just have like this, one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. So you've got your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra in what will appear to be like a closed loop of energy moving through you. And you can pick whichever hand feels better, but it's actually traditional to put your right hand on the heart and your left hand on the belly. But you can just test your energy, test what it feels like for you with the flow. Again, it's kind of almost like there's a figure 8 loop of energy moving through your arms, into your heart, into your solar plexus chakra. And then posture that you can choose if you prefer it is what I often like to refer to as the divine masculine energy version of the healing posture. And this, it's called the bear posture traditionally, is where you take your 2 fists like this, you put them together at the top, and you create this little triangle or pyramid looking shape. And then you take that and you just rest it right above your belly button at the solar plexus. And you can just relax like that. That's all it takes. So you can pick either one or the other. One is not better than the other. It's just what you feel guided to do the most. I will say that the feminine posture, the Chilton Spirit posture, is a little bit more receptive and relaxing feeling sometimes, if that's what you need during your journey. And the masculine posture is just a little bit more active, sort of like I'm out there giving it and I'm doing it and I'm seeking the energy a little bit more. So whatever you feel guided to do most. And you can lie down flat on your back for this. You can sit up if that feels more comfortable. You can kneel, whatever feels most comfortable for you. You just position your hands and relax that way. So we're going to start our music now. And I know that it's likely that it's probably just going to be a little bit quieter than we'd want it to, but at least, hey, we've got a little something in the background going to help out a little bit, just with triggering again the change in the brain waves. And by the way, you can actually still get the same effect of being able to make a brainwave shift even without any music, even without any sound at all. People do it all the time when they get just really meditative and really receptive. So you can still achieve it. All right. So I'm now going to ask you guys just to sit back and relax. Go ahead and take a moment to get into your postures. And as you get into your postures, just what I'd like to ask is that you ensure that you feel as comfortable as you possibly can. For those of us in the Western world that haven't been, practicing Shamanic Journey our whole lives, and we're used to holding up our body, sitting in these postures all day, it can distract our focus by having something uncomfortable in our physical body. So if at any time you need to change your hand posture or change your the way that you're sitting or lying down, just do it, because being comfortable is a little bit more important. That way you can stay in the journey, kind of thing. Good. All right. So with that, I'm just going to ask you all to now go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Close your eyes and exhale. And relax. Feel your body sinking into the earth around you. Imagining and feeling that every single breath you take is allowing you to relax further and further into your body. Releasing all tension in every muscle and every joint. As the heartbeat moves to a beautifully receptive rhythm, signaling the brain and the nervous system to soften and relax, to receive deeply from Spirit. And I want you to visualize that you are now facing east, floating in the spirit world, facing the direction of the rising sun. We are going to call in our circle of light. Breathing deeply, visualize that a beautiful white light is flooding out of your being, moving into the direction of the east, opening a veil into the spirit world. Spirits of the east and of the air, please be with us and guide us. Thank you for being here. And breathe and relax, feeling the energy flowing in from the east. As you imagine yourself continuing to float in this beautiful spiritual space. And that spirit is shifting you just a quarter turn to your left to face the north. Breathe deeply and gaze into the north, perhaps even seeing the curvature of the planet Earth stretching before you. Taking in a nice deep inhale, gather in a gust of white light. And as we exhale together, feel as that light flows into the direction of the north, opening a veil of white light to the spirit world around you. Spirits of the north and of the earth, please be with us and guide us. Protect us and help us to see from new heights. Thank you, spirits of the North. And breathe deeply, integrating, feeling a new relationship forming with the earth as your heart opens just a little bit more deeply to receiving this beautiful energy that opens all around us. And now, as you feel and see yourself continuing to float in the spirit world, allow spirit to just turn you about a quarter turn to the left once again. This time, facing the west. Breathing deeply, gazing out into the world. Spirits of the west and of the water and of the setting sun, please be with us and please guide us. Help us to move through the transitions of life and to see from new heights. Thank you, spirits of the west. And breathe deeply, feeling yourself floating in this beautiful space as spirit gently nudges and carries you a quarter turn to your left, facing the south. Breathe deeply, allowing a veil of white light to stream through your crystalline, translucent being into the south. Spirits of the south, of the fire, spirits of transformation, the snake, the butterfly. Guide us. Help us to see from new heights. And thank you for being here. And with your next deep breath, just take a moment to notice this beautiful circle of white light that is surrounding all of us together now in this sacred spiritual space in which we are here, no matter our seeming physical distance. See the circle of light and then look right above you. Once again, imagining and breathing deeply as a veil of white light shines like a dome or a skylight just above us, creating a sphere of white light around you. Gazing above into the stars, into the sun and the moon. We'll breathe deeply as we call upon the spirits of above, angels, ascended masters, the ancestors, those who watch over us from higher vibrations. Thank you for being here. Guide us and protect us on our journey. Help us to see from new heights. Thank you for being here. And then once again, breathing deeply as perhaps you shift your focus downwards, just underneath your body, noticing that sphere of white light completing as white light streams through your clear, translucent, crystalline body down below. Breathe deeply as the light flows here. As we call upon the spirits below, the spirits of the earth, Mother Earth and the plants, the trees, the animals, the elementals, spirit of the ocean, the mountains, the desert. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for supporting us. Guide us so that we may heal and that we may see from new heights. Breathing deeply, a loving group of spirit guides now holds your little bubble of light. Breathe deeply and visualize as we are now being transported through spiritual light and energy into a forest. You can see the shape of many trees forming on either side of you. You begin to receive this sensation as if we are walking forth into the spirit world. In the depths of the forest, there is an ancient mother tree, the great-grandmother of the many, many trees that have grown around her in this forest. And there is a spot on her trunk that is hollowed out. As you walk towards it, you can see that it begins to glow with a kind of golden light. And Spirit is asking us to walk through it. Walk through the gateway of golden light in the hollow tree. And as you pass through this golden energy, you can feel almost as if this golden light is sliding downwards, joyously, moving into the womb of Mother Earth, deep into her heart. Listen to the sound of Mother Earth. Allow yourself to feel her sentience, her awareness. And as you move down, down into the spirit world, you can see once again a form taking shape. It is the heart of Mother Earth, held deep within the roots of the Mother Tree. Move into the heart of Mother Earth now. She is accepting and guiding you here. She longs to hold you here. And as you feel Mother Earth holding you, allow her to send energy right through your being. Energy that seems to flow in through the top of your head, opening to your crown chakra, and is channeled all the way down your spine, clearly moving. Feel the earth helping you to clear, purge, or take away anything that you no longer need in this moment. Breathe, rest, and feel. And let the visualizations move naturally. Move and flow. Reminding yourself that it is safe to release this. Safe to clear. Safe to let go. And if there is anything that you are releasing now with the help of Mother Earth, that seems to require your forgiveness. Simply hold the intention down in your heart. I forgive this. I release this. I choose to let this go now. We're going to take just about 4 to 6 more deep breaths in this state, really allowing Mother Earth to continue to flush your energy system out, clearing away the past and giving you the gift of perfect union with her divine flow. And breathe. Allow any physical body changes that need to move through you to simply move, trusting them. Now together we're going to take in one last deep breath, allowing one more big gust of earth energy to move through us. Inhaling deeply together. And exhaling deeply. That's good. Mother Earth is now sending you downwards from her heart into the lower world, the realm of the spirit world that is most closely connected to her spirit, to the plants, to the animals, to the trees, to nature. Feel yourself traveling once again through a sliding golden root system, where just ahead of us you can see that there is a veil of white light opening. Going to take in a nice deep breath together. And with our next exhale, moving right in through that veil of white light, out into the lower world. And Spirit is showing us here as we are in the lower world that we are now walking out of the mouth of a cave, moving through a big hilly area. Many trees pepper the distance. And we begin to walk forth. Here, Spirit would like to introduce you to one of your spirit guides, one of your personal spirit guides coming forward to meet you on the path. Breathe deeply, and out of the light in front of you walks your spirit guide. Take a moment on your own to breathe and see your spirit guide, and to listen to any messages that they have for you. Spirit is asking you to really focus in on your spirit guide's eyes, gazing into their eyes, and letting energy exchange between the two of you as you gaze, receiving a gift now. And Spirit is now asking you, what questions do you have for your spirit guide? What requests would you like to make of your spirit guides? Offer your healing intention or your question to your guide now. Take a few deep breaths just to listen for the answer and receive. Good. Part of the gift that your spirit guide is giving you now is a little upgrade in healing energy. Spirit is showing me that you are being handed a beautiful blanket of glowing white and golden light, representing higher consciousness. Breathe this light in. And feel the way that it wraps around your body from head to toe in a protective, soothing blanket of light. Beautiful. Your angels are now approaching, and they show that they are standing, holding you in this blanket of light, ready to carry you back through the veil to the present here and now. You may rest your head against your angel's heart and feel for a moment the doorway in their heart that leads directly to the heart of the Creator, the source of all love in this universe. A beating heart that resonates all around you, holds you, and feeds you. Your angel is flying now, floating up from the ground through the beautiful lower world where you can see the vast expanse of beautiful land and sea. And you are floating upwards, and you are approaching a veil of white light once again. Breathe deeply, gathering that white light into your body. And with your next exhale, feel as you press through the veil of white light and move up out of the lower world and back, right here into the middle world, into our realm. As your angel carries you back here to your physical body. Feel your guide placing you into your physical body now. Feel the connection that you can still sense from the spirit guide you met in the lower world and from the soul of Mother Earth herself moving through you. Breathe deeply and watch as they wrap a shield of healing energy all around you from head to toe. Beautiful rainbow colors shining and moving around you in exactly the way that you need. We're going to take in 3 final deep breaths integrating the energy here. And breathing deeply one last time together, inhaling. And with your next exhale, we're going to open our eyes together. And just begin to come back into the room in the moment. You might feel just a little bit sleepy, as if coming out of a dream. You can just take a moment to open your eyes. You can move your body posture a little bit, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And we're just going to do a little closing ceremony here together. I'd like you all to place your feet on the ground if you can, or if you're sitting on a bed or something like that, you can just touch your feet with your hands. That way you can feel the loop of the part of your energy that connects with the earth. And I want you to breathe deeply for a moment here. Inhaling through the head, exhaling right out through the feet. And take a moment to place your hands over your heart. And mentally thanking yourself. Thank you, Spirit within, for being with us today and for guiding us. Thank you to all of the spirits who are here to give us this little taste, this little gift. And now, keeping our eyes open as we are continuing to ground, we're going to just take a moment again, touching the feet or touching the feet to the ground, feeling the spirit world to the realm below, to the lower world, gently beginning to close, just breathing, feeling and visualizing as we ask and thank the spirits from below, Mother Earth, for guiding us and being here. Stay if you will, go if you must. And then we're going to take our hands, and you can face your hands upwards, palms facing the ceiling. Just imagine white light streaming from your hands, feeling the energy gate closing above to the spirits of above. Thank you, spirits of above, for being with us. Thank you, angels, all of the higher vibrational beings, for being with us. Stay if you will, or go if you must. And then ground that energy right down into your heart, breathing the energy down. And then imagine again to the south, breathing as the doorway closes, and we thank the spirits of the south. Moving to your right and imagining the spirits to the west. Once again, breathing deeply, visualizing and feeling as a gateway to the west begins to close. And you can even face your hands to the west. Thank you, spirits of the west. Stay if you will, or go if you must. And imagining that you are either looking in this direction or feeling in this direction as we turn to the north. Thank you, spirits of the north. Thank you for being with us and for guiding us. Stay if you will, or go if you must. And breathing deeply, we're just going to turn one last time back to the spirits of the east, back where we began. You can face your hands in that direction. Thank you, spirits of the east. Thank you for guiding us and being with us. Stay if you will, or go if you must. Aho and namaste and amen. Thank you all so much for joining me in that experience. I hope you all had a good experience. If any of you have any questions or any little thoughts to share about your journey, maybe you saw a spirit guide or you met a spirit guide, you are totally welcome to comment it here. We'll stick around for a little bit. Otherwise, since we have done this little mini taste of a journey together, I do recommend that throughout the day today, you spend some time relaxing, spend some time grounding or journaling. I always love to journal after journeys just so that I can remember everything that occurred. And according to the angels, when we journey or when we write down even a dream at night, this actually helps us to create psychological bridges that start to flow with more clarity between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, which is something that's very helpful for remembering journeys and even for getting a little bit more clear and a little bit more lucid while we're in it. So yes, you guys, oh, you felt the mother tree. Yuria felt the mother tree. Thank you. Thank you for being part of it. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the experience. And I'm also hearing Spirit simply say too that you are welcome to call on the guides that you met. You're welcome to go back, maybe even into journey if you decide to meditate today, if you start to notice that you're easily picturing some of the same things or communicating with the same guides or just even feeling, it doesn't always have to be visual, but feeling the same kind of energy, then that is natural. That is you journeying again. Oh, so cool. Sandra says she saw a dragonfly. Okay, that's a very powerful animal spirit guide. So wonderful. Dragonflies, by the way, you guys, are a spirit guide who has been on this earth for thousands and thousands of years, eons. And a lot of people associate them with the same energy as with really high vibrational animals like the unicorns or like the elementals, the intelligent nature spirits that inhabit, the forests, the lakes, the oceans, and so forth. So usually when dragonfly shows up, it's because you have, Sandra, probably some kind of a message or a purpose involved where you are meant to work with that spirit to hear the wisdom that they have. So to be taught about the elemental realm, to be taught about nature, and to be taught about the inherent wisdom that's actually encoded in it. So that's really cool. Oh, very cool. Susie saw a black horse. That's amazing. Yeah, horse is really, really powerful. The thing about horse is an energy that represents incredible love and incredible deep loyalty. So Susie, for you, I'm hearing that this is the energy of this incredible loving guide here to transport you through changes that are going on in your life. I think I'm just going to reset the audio preemptively here just to make sure that we don't have any issues wanting to pop in. Okay. So yeah, horse is wonderful, incredible loyalty and beauty kind of coming in for you with that and helping to move you through transitions, helping to transport you. And also horse is saying to trust your herd, trust the people around you, trust the loved ones. You're being given and fed magical healing energy through other people around you, whether they know that they're doing it or not, whether you know that they're doing it or not. There's a lot of good stuff coming in. So, wow, what a spirit guide you have. Yeah, ooh, Bridget saw a moth and an eagle. Okay, those are two other really great signs. So the moth represents the desire to go into sources of light. So actually, usually moths, if in case you guys don't know, they're supposed to navigate the world through distant points of light, like the stars, the moon, and that kind of thing. And they get really distracted sometimes when they're connected to our artificial lights. But when you see moth in the lower world, in the spirit world, it represents that you are being given this incredible ancient navigation system to be able to know how to navigate. Also, I just heard for you, Bridget, too, with the moth, that moth is helping to guide you through being able, to learn how to navigate the spirit worlds yourself, to kind of be like your own shaman, to be able to move through the lower world or the middle world or the upper world or any other place that you're being guided to go, and to know where to find meaning, or in other words, to know where to find the presence of God and all of those things. So that's pretty cool. And then the eagle, you guys, eagle is great. I actually have seen eagle many times in shamanic journeys before, sometimes even shapeshifted and became one of them, and you would lead me to different places and fly around with me, and it was so cool. But eagle helps us to see from new heights. So if we're being asked to take a new perspective, or we're being asked to learn to adopt higher consciousness or something like that, eagle will sometimes show up just to help us to practice adjusting to higher and higher levels of vibration and that kind of thing, which is pretty cool. Sarah, Gibson saw a butterfly. Yeah, Gibson is cool, or butterflies are cool, Sarah. Butterflies are transformation. So butterflies here to help you anytime there's a big transformational shift that you're going through that is at the level of like a metamorphosis. So at the level of I'm becoming someone totally different now. I'm completely changing and I'm growing, and now I will have wings to fly. So it's like we're seeing life so differently. If you can fly, you're becoming lighter. That's a theme. Gosh, a lot of you got some of the same kinds of things. A lot of this transformation stuff, new perspectives, higher perspectives. Oh, and by the way, that's really commonplace in journeys for there to be very similar themes that happen throughout a group that's intentionally journeying together. Spirit will work on everyone collectively in the group at the same time, so that we can all get the same kind of shift, and so that we can help one another hold space for that shift inside of us. So I'm not surprised to see that we have that sense of, a theme going on. Nina saw a wolf. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, wolf is really great too. Just like we saw horse earlier for Susie, Nina, the wolf for you, that's a really powerful sign. It's a sign of incredible strength. And it's a sign of being like a provider and a nurturer, and also trusting the people around you. Wolf for you too is helping you through transitions, but is showing you in kind of a leadership position. And sometimes a leadership position is one in which you're being asked to be the most compassionate person, or to see what's going on in a situation with the most amount of that unity awareness that Spirit was describing as intuition before. So yeah, you're getting a very interesting upgrade with that, which I love. Oh yeah, this is so cool. I love reading all of the things that you guys are getting. Oh my gosh, an egg filled with golden light. So gold is always higher consciousness. I see this energy around what we call Christ consciousness. Spirit just happened to give us a lot of gold today. Again, I had no idea what we were going to get. I just see things in my head, channel blocks of information that come through me and describe whatever's coming through, and I let it all out. So I didn't know we were going to get a lot of gold today, but again, gold is because Spirit is telling us right now that it's because most of the people in this group are actually light workers and are actually here because they're supposed to lift their consciousness into this kind of heightened state of awareness. And gold helps you to do that. It helps you to integrate to the vibration that is that. Oh yeah, with the Caduceus one, that's because you're a healer, Travis. Very cool. Ryanon had a horse king with lightworker wings. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. So yeah, horse has shown up twice now. Same thing again. It's the energy of what's kind of leading you through big changes. Very protective, incredible love and loyalty coming through from your spirit guides with that. That's what you're being trained to do as well. Such an amazing thing. And we could go on for hours going into all the little deep nuances of what all the different signs mean and the different guides have to say. But I want to look into a few more of these. This is so cool. I'm just loving this. So Miriam saw before she entered the tree trunk, a man with red hair dressed like a gladiator that gave her a sword with white light, and you felt heat. Oh my gosh. Okay, so right away, I'm hearing Archangel Michael chime in for you. So this is amazing. Archangel Michael is saying, Miriam, that this particular guide with the red hair, looking like the gladiator, is some kind of a guide. It feels to me like a human-esque or ascended master-esque kind of guide who works in very close connection with Archangel Michael. And together, they actually wield the same energy, which is incredible protective energy that is here essentially to clear away the energy of fear. It's about facing fear and dissolving it. And Michael has a sword of white light too, which is very cool. And he's with you. He actually is one of your strongest guides, he's saying right now. And feeling the heat in your body, that's actually incredibly common across the board for so many of us light workers that are sensitive clairsentiently, meaning we can clearly feel things in our body. That sense of heat we get when you're working with that Michael energy, or that really white light protective clearing energy kind of thing. So yep, that's a sign that you are definitely connected with that. Okay, another saw butterflies and dragonflies keep showing up. That's so cool. And another person, okay, yeah, gold horse. Amazing. So this color gold is showing up in all of these different ways. You guys, that is so cool. All of the incredible synchronicities. I just love this. Oh, Boris has a question if you'd speak more directly on paganism. I would love to. Let's take just a second. I would love to tell you guys actually. So with regard to paganism, I launched into so much research when I was getting ready to make this Shamanic Journey course. And in a lot of the research that I was able to do, I learned that Shamanic Journey is something that is actually like the great grandfather, the forefather of what we know as paganism. And paganism is old too. That's all earth-based spirituality, and much of it was derived from shamanism. Actually, there's a very, very specific example of that, and one that I find is really just so culturally rich and interesting. The spirituality that you see in, like Scandinavia, like Old Norse countries, Norse mythology, and the religion that's around that. It's a very pagan, very earth-based religion. And there's even, kind of very interestingly kind of connected offshoots of that you see in the Celtic lands and different things like that. Again, going back ancient times. And those legends, those myths, those traditions, those stories, those archetypes, a lot of them came to us directly from shamanism. In fact, anthropologists and archaeologists in Scandinavian countries were able to find archaeological evidence of shamans in cave paintings and rock paintings and that kind of thing, where it actually depicted shamans going into trances and connecting with, for example, fish spirits and other spirits and that kind of thing. And if you look down the way through Norse mythology, you see that there's traces of shamanism everywhere. Odin, for example, is a consummate shamanic figure. Odin is someone who represents the shaman, basically someone who's always wandering, always traveling through the cosmos, through these different places, looking to see with spiritual sight. So yeah, paganism and shamanism are like parent and child. They're practically the same thing. It's all interwoven. And paganism is a beautiful thing. I love earth-based spirituality because what a wonderful way to get such a direct connection to spirit. We got some other people saying that they were able to feel angels. I've got a question from Isabel that says, what if we didn't see or feel our guides? That's okay, Isabel. Your gifts will open up in your own way. Some of us are visual people and we see things. Some of us are more audio people, so we'll hear little subtle things coming in through the drum beat or the music, like a word or the name of a guide or a message. Some of us will feel just a little bit of a change starting to move through our body. For you, just get quiet, meditate, practice, do it again. You'll get this. Your guides were there. I'm actually hearing your guides coming forward right now. They were here. I'm getting a really, really strong sense from a beautiful plant, actually. They're showing me an image of ivy wrapping up a beautiful tree. And they're showing me just the consciousness of both of those things together and showing us how connected they are. And and I'm hearing your guide saying, I'm connected to you like ivy wrapping around this tree. I love you and I'm surrounding you and I'm helping you, kind of thing. So you've got guides that are very close with you. Just keep listening, keep asking. You might even get a little message from them tonight while you dream, because we did work to open our third eyes a little bit today. So yes. Petra saw a man with golden curls teaching you how to ground. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And the gold is coming back in again. I am not surprised at all. I feel like if I just keep scrolling, everybody's going to be like, gold, gold, gold. Yep, somebody with golden shoes, gold. That's so amazing that's the energy that we were all working with today. It's so cool. Yeah, grounding. Grounding is so important, especially people that work with high vibrational energies all the time, or to whom that comes natural. One of the biggest things actually that Spirit spent probably a couple of years working on with me, like every journey, every, spiritual practice that I went through, the guides were always like, okay, and now it's time to ground. You're touching all this energy that's up here. You're feeling this stuff. You're integrating it. You're learning about it. Now we need to ground it, because it's the most powerful and relevant when you can ground it into your body, when you can actually feel it in the here and now and work with it that way. So that's awesome. Oh, cool. Robert saw orbs flowing through your right side. Awesome. Energy work was being done on you. That's very cool. Monica saw a snake. She says, to my horror. But yeah, letting you let go of your fears to snake And then there was a beautiful deer. Oh my gosh. Okay, so snake is a sign of transformation. Yeah, and trust, even if an animal is a little seemingly fierce or scary or whatever in a journey for a moment, just trust and breathe through it because they're all friendly. They're all there to help us. Snake teaches us about transformation and about letting go, like the snake shedding its skin. And the deer is sensitivity because you're a sensitive soul. You're sensitive to energy. Monica, I can feel that right away. So deer guides us through that and protects us through that. That's a beautiful thing. Liu Sao Owl. Okay, yeah, owl is amazing. Owl comes to people who are meant to really develop their spiritual intuition and who probably have practiced that in previous lifetimes and or have something in their ancestry where they're already somewhat good at just picking up on things intuitively. Owl represents seeing in the dark, which is another way of saying seeing intuitively. Yeah, so many wonderful, wonderful things. Oh, wow. A mouse and an elephant. Two beautiful guides, two very, very different guides, but beautiful guides that go together. Elephant is very, very wise, represents consciousness that is very, very complex and recovering ancient memories that are sometimes there in your soul from soul experiences that you've had. The mouse is a very beautiful sensitivity guide as well. And it's saying we're going all the way from these grand ideas that you get in the consciousness of elephant all the way to the minute, most sensitive little details. And we're integrating all of that for you. That's what Spirit's saying for you, Cheryl. Wow, that's so cool. Ooh, Carmela saw Mary, Mother Mary. Yeah, she says she's a non-religious person too. Ascended masters like Mother Mary, like Jesus, Buddha, whomever, they'll tend to show up in journeys. They'll take the opportunity if they're meant to be with you. So yeah, that's incredible. Robert asked a question: does the course go over the animals and the meanings? So in this course, we do connect with a few of the animals directly. And the meanings, we have a whole video that's on in Shamanic Journey interpretations and meanings. And the thing about giving you, like, let's say if I were to give you a dictionary that just said the meaning of what each animal was, that's a very fluid thing. And I didn't give you that on purpose because for every person, it's going to be a little bit different. So for, let's say, for me, one day, the eagle is there because I'm integrating higher awareness and it's helping me to fly up to these higher vibrations. Well, but then the next day it was helping me with something different. And actually this has literally happened to me before, which is why I'm giving us this example. The next day it was eagle saying, okay, look, you're not looking at this situation in your life right. We need you to look at it from someone else's perspective. So today I'm having you look at it through another person's perspective, or I'm having you look at the bird's eye view or the objective, kind of way of seeing things. So there's always going to be a little personalized interpretation of what's going on. So when you get in the course to the part where you have the Shamanic Journey interpretations video, there's a little procedure that you'll go through where you're meant to ask yourself some questions, even do a little bit of journaling and that kind of thing, that will help you kind of discover, okay, what was Spirit saying to me then? And how does that relate to the specific details going on in the journey right there, so that I can get a truly, truly accurate look at what that Spirit guide was doing in my life. And today, I'm intuitive, so I'm reading all of your energies and telling you what was going on, which is always good to have too if you have a shaman to help, read these things and interpret these things. But Spirit's going to teach all of you to be able to do that for yourselves as well, and you'll get some of that training in the course. So maybe in the future we'll do a little bit more of an intensive just on the different spirit animals and the kinds of things that they can be telling you and how to feel into the nuances even more detailed, because it's so funny. I finished this Shamanic Journey course and I got Spirit right away saying, okay, we'll get ready and we'll do the next one, like, next year or in a few months or whatever, we're gonna do another one because these people are ready. They're gonna be ready to do more and more advanced shamanic work. So we'll let this course kind of be our foundation builder, and then I'm definitely gonna teach you guys some very much more advanced things. Like if any of you feel guided later to learn how to do shamanic healing techniques like soul retrievals, things like that, we'll get into that in some later courses for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, wow, I love how many times the same signs are showing up. We've got deer showing up, the color gold showing up again. Oh, immense green energy. Rachel saw green energy. So Rachel, the green energy is healing energy, and green represents healing, or we see that as healing in the spirit world because it's the same energy that you see in nature, which is constantly the sign of rebirth and rejuvenation and recreation and this kind of thing. Oh, and she danced. Amazing. Okay, and you could feel energy working through your body. Yes, exactly. That's very common. Many of us will get energy moving through our body and receive lots of big shifts that we can feel as temperature changes, even little pressure changes, little magnetic feelings moving through our body. It's very, very normal. Also for you, Rachel, the dancing energy, this is probably something that you will be guided to maybe even do in your personal practice of shamanism and shamanic journey. Dance is something that's really, really, really helpful for us in being able to ground these energies, and even being able to sometimes purge and shake off energies that are not compatible with us remaining in high vibrational energies. Dance is one of the most powerful things. It's been around probably just as long as shamanism, right? These are some of the things that just determine our humanness, that are central to it. Being able to dance, tell stories, shamanic journey. Those are the building blocks of our spirituality, some of the most ancient ones. So maybe even dance a little bit today, especially any of you that feel like, okay, I want to ground more of this energy, play with it physically. Just go ahead and dance. Anna Maria says that she felt dizzy. Okay, that's normal too. That's because you're getting this sense of spirit taking you maybe somewhat quickly from one vibration to the next, moving through the energy shifts. So what your guides are just telling you with this is ground a little bit today. Do a little bit of grounding later. We saw more eagles, people with more eagles. Eagle with eaglets. That's really interesting. Katya had that. They call you to practice higher levels of vibration. Can you explain that or how to do that? Yes. So there are different modes of perceiving life, different vibrations at which we resonate in terms of the way that we are thinking. So that can be a mood, an energy, a state of mind that we're in, or even a state of body. So a state of physical wellness or a state of, groundedness in the body. These are all expressed as different vibrations, just as different musical notes are all different vibrations as well. And the higher vibrations oftentimes take us to, in terms of consciousness, more of that unity consciousness. So when you see eagle, it's saying, okay, I'm helping you to become more integrated with being able to see from the conscious. And I'm going to help you to integrate with being able to have that greater intuition. So that's what's going on there. And eagle's just practicing with you. Sort of like, okay, we're going to practice going up this elevator for the first time, and you might feel your ears pop, but you're going to get used to it, and it's going to be normal. It's going to be great. That's what eagle's doing with you. Go back into another journey, Katya, for sure, and what you do in your life, and maybe even ask eagle to show you a little bit more and do a little bit more of the work with you. You'll see so many different things that they can do. Yes. Oh my gosh. Wolf, butterfly, bear. Bear is awesome. We did, I don't know if you picked the bear posture or not. Lindsay was the one who saw the bear in the woods, but bear posture, a lot of people will see the bear. That was the masculine posture with the triangle over the belly button. Thank you guys so much. It looks like we're almost at the end of our time, and I just want to hang out with you guys forever. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Oh, a lot of people heard and saw eagles. Very cool. So, okay, I'm just getting a little notification on my screen that says we are almost out of time. So, okay, yes. So it looks like we're going to have to wrap up. But before we do, I just wanted to thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for tuning in today. It was so much fun to hang out with you guys. We'll definitely be doing more of these kinds of things in the future. I hope that you will join and enjoy the Shamanic Journey course. It'll be all available to you tomorrow. I'll leave you actually even the link in the chat in just a second so that you'll be able to find that. But just check your email boxes, check my social media pages. I'll probably post it a couple times there too. sarahhall.com is my website. Just go under courses. You'll see the Shamanic Journey listed there and ready to enroll in tomorrow. And yeah, from here, just let me know what you guys want to do. We'll probably do a course in the future. I'm actually even hearing Spirit say right now, where we'll do mostly live work like this too, so that we can all get like feedback as we go and as we get deeper and deeper and deeper. So this course, let's get the basics in. Let's all start journeying. Feel free to even email me any of the questions that you have about any journeys that show up for you as you go through the course. I'll be happy to answer them, to clarify anything. I'm so excited to be doing all of this with all of you. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for bearing through all of our little audio glitches, but it all worked out great and I had so much fun. So all of my love to you guys. Bye.